Alright. So, the next thing, there's an item right over to the left. I'm just lining up this jump to try and look at it. Got some Molotovs, those are good. So, you gotta kind of run and jump at an angle like that. And it's a little bit of a tricky one. You'll miss it and you'll fall down to the layer below this. And we got some bloody bandages for our messengers to wear as hats. Not really interested in it. I don't like the way it looks. I much prefer like top hats or the little pots, that like the incense pots that they can put on their heads. There's a few funny options that I like. And that's how you get down. Try doing that in a room full of enemies. Not a good time. Now we're gonna go grab this item that we missed over here because I totally forgot about it. And it's blood shards, which is good because we're gonna need those for our weapon. On Nidhogg, I've got a ton of options of weapons, and I'm really not sure which ones I like more, because I've got a bunch of dex weapons on Nidhogg, and I like all of them. I still really like the Saw Spear. I think it's probably my favorite weapon in the game right now, at least for PvE. I haven't gotten a lot of PvP. So you gotta be careful about these crows. Funny story, and I wish I had a clip of this, but I didn't record that part. When I was playing on Nidhogg in this area for the first time, I just ran in and jump attacked at them, and I fucked up the jump attack and ended up just jumping, or rolling, or something. And yeah, I got on top of the back of one of them, and it took like 3 points of damage every second as I was continuously falling on it. But I was surrounded by crows. So what ended up happening was I got like pinned in the air just above one of the crows while the rest of them mauled me to death. And I was just continuously falling. I couldn't actually get off the back of the one crow while like the other 4 or 5 just fucking pecked me to death. It was a pain in the ass. So as you can see, there's going to be some ambushes in this zone. It's good. And there's lots of little items to pick up. So we got some blood vials that we can't use. Fuck it. There's a bunch of shit just laying around. Lots of little consumable items here and there. I think there's a bunch of blood dew laying around. First and foremost, and definitely most importantly, just so we don't have to deal with all those fuckers in the big church room again, this leads us down right next to where that crazy hunter was sprinting around. There's the ladder we went up earlier. I can hear him sprinting up behind me, but I don't think I realized he was coming when I was standing there, because I couldn't hear him. You can faintly just hear him sprinting around over on that big platform. Fighting him on that platform while the gun guy's shooting at you is pretty fucking rough. That's the item I already picked up. I don't have to pick it up twice. Okay, so this way. Now, this is a pretty nasty ambush. It says ambush ahead. And I think there's like a crystal lizard that sprinted away while I was reading and raiding. But fucking he only gives shards and I don't care. I'm just raiding all these people. It's all, like, I personally like raiding people as often as I see them, because it heals you quite a lot when someone rates your note as fine. And, I mean, I just like the idea of maybe I just saved some hunter's life. I can hear the thing sprinting away, but I have no idea where the fuck it is. I think it just disappeared down here somewhere, but like I said, it just has shards, who cares? We got a werewolf there that we'll deal with in a second. Got some pungent blood cocktails, that's going to be really useful, or has the potential to be really useful. Now, as you can see, there's 2 werewolves coming down the street, so we're just going to hang out over here for a second. If we could not pull them both simultaneously, that would be great. That guy, I think, just saw us, so we're going to fucking... I'm getting stuck on a wall here, because I'm trying to keep an eye on him. We're just going to hang out over here and parry the fuck out of him. Visceral attack right in the heart. Fall over, die, give me your stuff. Cool. Now this guy gets to die. Well, I'm fucking up all kinds of stuff, but it's okay. He just takes a lot of damage and dies. More blood shards, those are good. I think we have We have a fuckload of them, I know that for a fact. There's more. And this door doesn't open from this side. I think we have to go kill a boss or something for that to open. I don't really remember. I'm not even sure I've actually ever opened that door on any of my characters. So another thing that I'm working on currently, aside from, there we go, there's that ambush over there. I'm working on figuring out PvP a little bit more, and with the level ranges and stuff like that. Oh wait, hang on, wait for it. Sup, motherfucker? But, I'm trying to figure out how PvP works, and I want to know, do you guys want to see PvP videos on Nidhogg while this series is going on? Or do you want to wait because you don't want spoilers of any zones or anything like that? And alternatively, what I could do is I could do some PvP in Chalice dungeons, which are procedurally generated. So even if you saw them, the only spoilers you might see are occasionally, I've noticed in a Chalice dungeon, you'll have an enemy that's the that's an actual enemy from the overworld. This is that area where we dropped down last episode. But Chalice dungeon, they seem to have a lot of unique enemies that are not in the overworld. Here you can see a fucked up texture. Like, it doesn't have an exterior plane. I don't even know why these window frames are here. There's no window there. Maybe it goes through on the outside and the model was too big. I don't know, but FromSoft should probably fix this. And I'm trying to glitch into it just to see if it has a hitbox or if anything weird happens. Nothing really, so that's fine. So yeah. If you guys want to see PvP videos, the options are I can go to areas that I've already been here, but I don't know if that's even possible to get PvP because Nidhogg's pretty high level. Or I can do a Chalice dungeon, and I don't think there'd be many spoilers because most of the enemies in Chalice dungeons are, I don't know if they're Chalice dungeon exclusive, but I've never seen them in the normal non-Chalice dungeon game, like non-procedurally generated world. So I can go do PvP in those zones probably, and I don't think it would be very spoilery, so that's an option. And if you guys, that fucking weird glitch, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a weird, like, audio-visual glitch thing when you step in certain areas in this zone. And, like, I don't know, like, it has trouble loading, or there's, like, a memory leak or something, and it just freaks out and goes bzzz. It's fucking weird. Whatever. I'm gonna use some Madman's Knowledge, because I want to get some items in, oops, I fucked that up. I think I bumped the controller with my leg or something and randomly shot. I'm gonna pick up some items in, Hunter's Dream. Fuck, shit's happening quick. I don't have enough time to talk. Post-commentary's hard. We're gonna level up a little bit because we have a good chunk of souls. But yeah, so just to wrap up the PvP conversation, if you guys want to see PvP, let me know. If you want me to make it as spoilerless as possible, I can do it in Chalice dungeons, and you won't see a lot of enemy types that you'll see throughout the rest of the game. Maybe a couple of bosses. I've only noticed a couple of, like, the boss at the end of this episode I fought yesterday in a random Chalice dungeon, and I have not really seen any other overworld bosses in Chalice dungeons yet. Oh no, wait, I did see one much, much further in. But, I mean, I'm not going to be fighting bosses because I'll be doing PvP in the dungeons. Here I'm actually buying the PvP items, which allow me to invade and do co-op. And Father Gascoigne's stuff is here. I kind of want some of this. His shirt looks pretty cool. I don't know, I really like the standard hunter, like the Yarnum hunter gear. It looks pretty good to me. And his gloves look pretty cool too. I'm thinking on that one. And there's nothing else that I need to spend insight on right now. Maybe his hat? Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's grab his hat. No? No, I changed my mind? No, I'm pretty sure I buy the hat at one point or not. I'm just cycling through to see if there's anything else to buy. I'm gonna buy it. Come on, buy it. Push a button. Push it. Push it. Past me. Push. There you go. Alright. Man, the gloves are a lot cooler than the hat, though. And there they go. Alright, I'll use more Madman's knowledge if I need that. Or I can do some co-op. I need chunks for that. We got some new gems, so we can put that on. Put our blood tinge gun thing on there. And we can upgrade these things. What would be good? Let's get rid of this. Do I want to? No, I guess we're good. We need more gems. You're gonna have to do some chalice dungeons to get more gems. Repairing shit because I've been noticing later on in the game weapons kind of start breaking. I'm not anywhere near that part of the game yet, but I don't know, it's becoming a habit just to repair once in a while, especially if it doesn't take much. So let's check out Gascoigne stuff. I'm checking out the stats here. It's pretty much the same. Most of the gear in this game is pretty much the same. There's a little bit of lore on it, and it looks pretty cool. And I like the scarf, and I like the buttons up the front, but I don't know, it doesn't fit as well as this does. Let's check out. We got the top hat, which we got earlier. Looks really good on Nidhogg, not so much on me. Gascoigne's hat makes me look like a cowboy when I am wearing this, so I don't necessarily want to wear it right now. Although I could probably fashion souls that up a little bit. Apparently, people are using the hashtag #BloodyGoodFashion for sharing their outfits on Twitter, and there's some cool looking outfits that people have made, and I'm totally down for that. Let's see, anything to buy? I think we're good. Yeah, let's just I guess we'll get back in it. We got a big motherfucking monster to go kill. So we unlocked a few shortcuts here. I'm just checking to make sure we've got everything on our hotbar that we're gonna need. Let's put some pungent blood cocktails on there, just in case, and some fire paper. And I don't know what I'm doing in my menu now. Alright, good, we're good. Let's go do this. So coming out here is really easy. Just fight the werewolf. He's not too tough. He's about as tough as any other werewolf so far. Just hit them real hard and they die quick. And man, they stagger easy. So we're back down in the streets. We've got another bloodstone shard. It's good. We do have this item over here and that ambush that we hadn't gotten yet, so we should go do that. I'm just checking behind me to make sure that there's no wandering patrols or any random shit. So there's that guy up there that we saw from the bonfire. Was it a bonfire? Or was it just the, no, it was just a shortcut area. There he is. And there he was. Fucker's dead. More shards. We're gonna have to pick up a second weapon at one point just because we have so many shards. I'm debating on raising my blood tinge on this character so I can get some cool, like, shooty weapons, but I don't know, I'm not really a fan of it. Okay, so there's the thing screaming, and I wish... Yeah, there, his eyes just turned red. So I'm pretty sure when they scream, because it looks yellow in the distance, and then they turn red, so I'm thinking that's how that works, but I'm not 100% positive, because this guy's back here screaming. And that didn't last very long now, did it? Alright. And that was that smoky alleyway we saw probably last episode. And there's a little fucker trying to run away from me. There's nothing around here to kill you, so I'm just going to run up and hit him. I've noticed that they rarely use these guys as distractions to murder you. Where in the other Souls games, they would run a crystal lizard into a minefield and then you just die. So there's a couple enemies in here. There's also this thing. You can ring the bell here, and the executioner guy, Alfred, that we met last time, he'll come here and help you if you need the help. I personally don't care. I have a very, very unique strategy for killing this boss coming up, and there are a lot of people discussing strats on how to kill him. but I've got a pretty solid technique that I've been pretty successful with every time I fought him, including yesterday when I was playing on Nidhogg and I encountered him in the Chalice dungeon. Now this is kind of disappointing because last time I fought these guys on Nidhogg coming through this area, 2 out of the 3 dropped a really good gem, and this time none of them dropped anything. I got like a really high level physical damage and a really high level arcane gem, and I think they're both triangles. I don't know. So here's the boss going up here. We're gonna make sure we got all of our stuff on. Hotbar is good. Cycling through just to make sure I got everything. We're gonna start with some fire paper. So a lot of people use these columns here to space out the enemy from themselves, and they'll use the pungent blood things to distract it, because as you can see it's a blood-starved beast. My strategy is to get right in his fucking face, or his ass, whichever presents itself, and hit him repeatedly. And if done correctly, he'll die. That's basically my strategy for Bloodstar Beast. Most of his attacks have really big telegraphs, and if you just keep the pressure on, he's kind of a bitch. He hits you once, you hit him twice. That's really how it works. You get a little bit of damage, you heal up. Okay, he's entered phase 2 where he's more aggressive, which means I need to be 3 times more aggressive. So let's just get the fuck in there. Oh, he's being a little dodgy? Alright, come over here. You gotta watch out for that wind-up, so sometimes spacing yourself away from him will bring him right to you if you manage to dodge through the claw. Because if you get too close, see, he runs away from you. And there he's doing this flurry thing. I'm just shooting it at him to see if I can get a lucky parry. Just gotta look for the spot to get in, because he keeps doing the charge that gets him away from you. So a lot of people will use this phase to parry him a lot and stay away from him. I'm just gonna hit him with some heavy attacks. And he'll go fucking batshit crazy. I'm thinking maybe I'll use an oil urn here to do some extra damage. It doesn't look necessary. So he's entered phase 3. This is the phase where he creates poison, like a poison AoE around him, and I just hit him with a fucking oil urn, and that cloud will stay there even though you can't see it, but it'll do a lot of poison damage. A lot of people avoid him here. I just run in and fuck his day right up. Oh no, I'm poisoned. I have 10 antidotes. And we got our first chalice for a chalice dungeon creation, which will give us, I think it's not a randomly generated, it always seems to be the same, but it's a really easy dungeon. And there you go. That's how I handled the Bloodstarved Beast. Just fuck him right in the face. And he can't seem to really cope with that. The other strategy that I used on Nidhogg the very first time was I took a blood cocktail and I threw it really high up on the wall so he couldn't reach it. And then he just kept attacking the wall for about 10 seconds at a time, and I would just lay into his back. And yeah, and there's antidotes back there if you don't have any. You can just run to the back, have 10 antidotes for the fight, and you're good for phase 3. Now, what the fuck is going on in this statue? Somebody explain that to me. I mean, is his whole body like a giant mass, and he's got a huge nose, and I don't know, that statue's kind of weird. And this one's not much better. Also, what I want to know is, if this is a stone statue which the texture makes me think, how the hell did they carve those bandages? That's like impossible. Now, if it were a metal statue, I could see it. But, I mean, maybe that's metal. Maybe it's like hammered iron. But you'd imagine in a place like this it'd be rusty, but those should just break right off if they were stone. Whatever. Anyway. So that's pretty much this whole zone. I mean, we kicked some ass. We got our, chalice, which we're gonna need for making dungeons and stuff. And I don't know, maybe we will do the first chalice dungeon pretty soon. I know we're not gonna do any of the like depth 3 or 4 ones for a while because things there have a lot of health and hit really hard. So a low level hunter's, you know, not gonna do great in there. I'll say it like this. Nidhogg's like level 80-ish right now. And I usually have a little bit of difficulty with the bosses in a depth 3-1 because they hit really hard. If you can dodge them and stuff, you have the damage output to kill them, but they do hit very, very hard. So with the souls we got from the Starved Beast, I'm going to buy this. This handkerchief thing here is the emblem. It's a Hunter Chief emblem, and it will open the gates from a few episodes ago to get into the church area. You remember where the big tall guy was, the first one we saw with the axe? And I decided not to fuck with him. You know, when Shadow the Hedgehog drove by. At the top of those stairs, that'll open that gate, which will let us into the church area. There is a back door we could take, but I think buying that and going through the front door will allow us to do, what's her name? Eileen the Crow, the nice lady that gave us the best gesture in the game. It'll give us her quest.
Healing church and the blood ministers who belong to it were once guardians of the hunters in the times of the hunter Ludwig. They worked and forged weapons in their unique workshop. Today, most ministers don't recall the hunters, but they have much to offer you. And so, heed the message of your forebears. Ascend to Odin Chapel.
So we might go to Odin Chapel,
From there,
and we might check out this workshop that he's talking about, because there's some cool things that we can get there. And we might, before we do that, go open the gates so we can trigger the next part of Eileen's quest. And I think that's probably about what we're going to do next. Here's a flame sprayer. I don't even know why I'm looking at that. It's a piece of crap. Unless you're running a complete arcane build and you have a bunch of tricks up your sleeve to use that thing, like fighting people in oily water or something, it's really not a great weapon. I don't know. I've even heard with like maxed out arcane, it's really not worth using. I don't know. It looks cool though. I'm sure there's some kind of weird meta breaking thing that we could do for it. But yeah, so I think that's about it for now. Next time we'll probably go do a little bit more of what we need to do to get Eileen's quest, and then we will go to the abandoned workshop in Odin Chapel. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this post commentary. Hopefully I don't have to do it again.